Good morning, my name is Jason Haegele. I'm the region agronomist for WinField United in the state of Illinois, and I'm here at the Decatur answer plot with Dan Adcock, our technical seed agronomist, answering some questions pertaining to the 2020 growing season. One of the questions that's been submitted is around in-season soybean management and some thoughts around proven products and practices that can help elevate our soybean yields in 2020. So we're standing here in the Decatur answer plot at the end of June, or last week of June. And many of our soybean fields are just starting to flower, or potentially some of those earlier planted soybean fields have been flowering for a few days or a few weeks now. One of the things I would recommend thinking about is a foliar application of Ascend SL, our plant growth regulator product, along with some micronutrient nutrition during this R1, R2 timing. We know that soybeans produce many more flowers and potentially pods than what survive to maturity. And anything that we can do from a fertility perspective, a stress mitigation perspective, or a plant growth regulator perspective using Ascend SL can help us retain more flowers or more pods. And so one potential pass, a yield enhancing pass at this R1, R2 timing would be Ascend SL, a product like Maxin Ultra Manganese to address the expected manganese deficiencies that we see many times in our soybean crops. And then also thinking about a broader spectrum fertility package using something like Sovereign, which is a liquid nutrient source, or potentially a gainer product, which is a dry nutrient source to supply not only the micronutrients but also some of the key macronutrients that may be limiting, like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. As we get a little bit later into the growing season here, later in July, probably in that R3 timing, that's really the key time to affect soybean yield. If there's one time during the growing season to apply a fungicide in soybeans, R3 would be the correct time, again, to stimulate that pod set, that pod development through controlling some of those diseases that tend to occur later in the year, like frog eye leaf spot, but also follow up with some of the other nutrient inputs like Maxin Manganese that I previously mentioned, and then thinking about insecticides as well if we have insect pressure out there in the field. Insects come in many different forms, and so we think about stink bugs, bean leaf beetles, grasshoppers. There's a broad spectrum of insects that attack soybeans, and individually each of those insects may not have a big impact, but collectively they can have a large impact on the leaf area of our soybean crop. So we need to be out there actively scouting those fields, understand what insects we have and how many insects we have, and then follow up with appropriate insecticide recommendations. So I hope that gives you a few ideas of things to focus on this year as we elevate our soybean yields, and thank you.